Dr. Mile was standing behind me, and he was just us, but that's what he said. So he's been really close to me, and he actually encouraged me to apply for the Padma-Shri as well. To welcome Dr. Mile, and now regarding the journey of Prashanth, everybody knows that we started in the year 2005. Prashanth Fertility started in the year 2001, and Prashanth Hospitals started in the year 2005. It was basically a fertility and a women's and maternity hospital. And but I realized that there was a need to put in other specialities as supportive specialities, and orthopedics was also one of them. We had general medicine, we had surgery, we had all the other specialities, but the core speciality was fertility, maternity, gynecology, pediatrics, and neonatal intensive care. As the hospital grew and we had more patients, there was a request from the residents of North Chennai and South Chennai to create a similar hospitals in North and South Chennai. So Velachery started, but this time I made sure that we had so many consultations, co-consultations, and we decided we needed all the specialities. So we started off with all specialities, and this was a super specialty hospital which catered to all specialities like cardiology, nephrology, orthopedics, and all other specialties including kidney transplants and everything. The prime aim of Prashanth Hospitals is to bring in novel strategies and high technology to achieve results. This is what happened to Prashanth Fertility, because I came in with technology which I acquired when I went abroad, and we made sure that we started with the best of technology, the best of equipment, and to name a few, we put in equipment to select the top class sperm. When we look at it, 7,000 times bigger, and we also selected technology to create and select the best embryos. And we have technology which even gives marks to the embryos, 80, 90, 100 marks. So we're able to select the top class embryo, and before putting it in, we use the laser to thin down the shell, and we use embryo glue to make it stick. So all these technologies, normally the success rate would be about 45 to 50%, but using these strategies, the success rate moved on to 80%. And currently, in male infertility, we have technology where we're able to take sperms from even azoospermic men. Normally, the microscope used is a 10x microscope, but we use the 40x microscope. We introduced this for the first time in India in 2014, and many biopsies which were negative using the normal microscope were proved positive. At least 70% of them were proved positive. We were able to retrieve sperms, and 70% of these men had babies from their own sperm. So we always believe in bringing in the best technology to give the best results. And we have also
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Managing Director, Dr. Gopal Swami, to please introduce the chief guest. We now call upon our Managing Director to honor the chief guest. Thank you, sir.
Sir, my honor. This Orthopaedic Association honored you with the honorary fellowship as well. Kudos to you, sir. Padma Shri, Sri Dr. Mailvagan Nadaraj, for the 7th Vice Chancellor. You're supposed to be my classmate. Unfortunately, I missed 1 year and he became 1 year senior. And really, even today, I feel I missed the opportunity to be with him. He was the director of Institute of Orthopaedics and Traumatology. His father was a dean. And his father was also the head of the department. Those days the directorship was not there. But his father, when I was doing my second year, he was the dean of Madras Medical College. So this is the short brief about Dr. Mail.
We request you, sir, to please grace the occasion with a few words.
30-40 years since the time of the medical college. Dr. Rangarajan, his brother, Dr. Srinivasan and me were classmates. Gopal Swami was immediate junior to me. And we all grew up together. I was in the government sector all my life and they were in the private sector, but we all knew each other from the days I was in Mercury Hospital and Gita was practicing in Ramarao Polyclinic where I was also practicing. And we knew each other and we maintained a bond, always had a healthy affection-led relationship with each other. And I really wish to point out that behind everything there must be a soul. And in that, the way Dr. Haripriya had come up in infertility and gynecology was really remarkable, and I used to look at all the patients who were coming from all over the world he was treating, and I really used to appreciate. Likewise, when they started the Velacheri Hospital also, a 300-bedded venture, the other new venture also has come up, I've heard about that, Kolattur. How hard they must have worked. I am running a hospital, 15 beds. It itself is giving me all blood pressure and all sorts of problems. Imagine you running a hospital, that was the private sector where the demands are more, not like in the government sector. So you have to keep up to date, make sure everyone is working and motivate them and all those things. Unbelievable. So it is this, they have come to great heights, and I really appreciate both of you, and now ably assisted by your son. Prashanth is also there. I'm very happy. So that's why when they met, I was surprised that they remembered me, you see, because when they go up higher and higher, you tend to forget all your old, but they are not like that. So I was very touched. And she rang up and said, please do come. I said, definitely I will be a part of this happy venture. That too in orthopedics. Developing orthopedics, I always feel that orthopedics is a very important. There are 5 specialties we use: medicine, surgery, orthopedics, pediatrics and gynecology, which is necessary to start a medical college also. And these orthopedics, and in orthopedics, the latest state of art in the whole world is robot-assisted surgery. And when I heard that they have acquired this machine, then I was happy because so many people are going to be benefiting from this. And this technology, which is available in only 1 or 2 centers in Tamil Nadu, is now available for all the people of Chennai. And it's a really great honor, and I'm very happy that they have got this machine. And we have about more than half a dozen orthopedic surgeons, Dr. Kalingam, Dr. Arbugam, who are going to use that. And the benefit of precision cuts. It's not that the robot is going to replace doctor. The doctor is going to use that machine so that the cuts are better, the ligament balancing is better, the deformities get corrected with the knee, and because people are living longer and the longevity, then the joints are getting worn up, and so you need to have joints and you need them to last long. And I'm happy that they've got this machine, so they understand the importance of orthopedics and of course the role of robot in this. For us all, it's a pipe dream for people thinking, oh, so difficult. Now it's become a reality, and I'm happy that the people in Chennai are going to be benefited. And I wish them all the best and very, very good wishes, and God bless all them. And in all your ventures, It's not only that, they have to develop all the specialties, and Prashanth is getting developed in this liver transplant and kidney transplant, all those things. So overall, when you have a multi-specialty hospital, thinking of raising the standards of quality care in all the specialties is really a unique thing, and I really appreciate you for that. So thank you for inviting me, and I have great pleasure in launching this robot. Maybe it's with Deputy Johnson was the company, and I'm sure more and more people will be benefited. Not only that, I think you must keep training the youngsters also to use this machine. So the benefit of this reaches the ordinary man. And of course, unless it's not like a business where you transfer the entire cost onto the patient. It has to be balanced. Medicine this is what is a tricky situation. Where you calculate all the costs of getting this and put it on the patient, will be too astronomical. So somewhere you have to make sure that it is within a reasonable budget so that it can reach more people. Unless it is cost effective, it will not reach more people. Of course, we have to make sure that the best is available to people now. With this request, I would like to thank you for inviting me and wish you all the best. Thank you.
Dr. Mailvagnan Natarajan sir and his father are instrumental in getting the Department of Orthopaedics in Tamil Nadu, not only Chennai, in Tamil Nadu to what it is today. We will not be, all of us, all the junior orthopedicians, we will not be what we are today without they playing a direct or an indirect role. So whatever they have taught, either through them or through their teachers, we have all learned the art and we are standing here today. So it is indeed an honor that and only apt that he is unveiling the robot today. Now it is up to us to not only give the patient the very precise knee that this robot is going to promise, but also to take the baton from him, such a big legend, and add technology to it and carry it forward and teaching the next generation of orthopedicians. So this will be a great honor, and we are not going to stop with this. Medicine is going to grow, robots are going to grow, they are going to get more technical, but we will share our bit of knowledge to the next generation so that this is carried forward. So IPL is on and we are all talking about the dream team for CSK, but here we have a dream family here. So I don't know whom to praise and whom not to. So our MD of the hospital, Dr. Gopal Swami, and Dr. Chairperson, Dr. Geeta Haripriya. Thank you, sir, and thank you, madam, for giving me this opportunity and providing us with this robo to take our patient care to the next level and making a mark in the orthopedic fraternity, not only in Chennai, but in Tamil Nadu as well. This is the first of its kind, Veli's robot from Deputy Johnson & Johnson, and the first of its kind in Chennai. And it is going to give us the ability to make a precise and robotic knee replacement. So this is the next level, and this is the last that is there. And this robot has been launched so far only in 4 countries, India being the 4th country, and I think we are one of the earliest. In fact, we have just started talking about robot, and it is less than a month. Puliku Parandadu Pune Aguma. So our director Prashanth, Chinna Puli. So I was just speaking to him about this robot a month back, and we are here unveiling it. And the fast and super initiative that they have taken to encourage the department per se is phenomenal, and that's why we have such a latest robot in our hospital in such a short span of time. So it is indeed a great honor, and I'm sure our colleague orthopedicians whom we have here, Dr. Chokalingam sir, Dr. Raj Khanna, Dr. T.V. Prasad, everybody is going to use it and going to share the benefits to the patients. So I'm here talking on behalf of them, and I thank everybody for giving me this opportunity to do so. And why this robot? So osteoarthritis is a very major problem. 1 in 10 patients of over the age of 60 are suffering with osteoarthritis, and slowly it is going to reduce to 1 in 6. So 1 in 6 over the age of 60 are going to suffer with osteoarthritis. So if you're looking at our population, it is going to run into millions. So the volume of replacements that we surgeons are going to do is going to keep on increasing. So not only that, we are seeing very young patients coming with osteoarthritis. Nowadays I'm operating on patients who are in their late 40s and early 50s. So here their demands are much higher than what an ordinary 65 or a 70-year-old will require. 70-year-old requirements may be just to walk or just go to the bathroom and come back without pain and live with dignity. But if it is a 45-year-old, he will want to play sports, he will want to run, he will want to jog, and he will want to do anything and everything, ride on a bike and do everything possible. So for that we need beautiful prosthesis, and not only prosthesis, we require the precise placement of the prosthesis. So to get it as precise as possible, close to 100% of what we are planning, this robot is going to be helpful, and it is going to take us to the next level. So to get the prosthesis fine, we have the company is working towards a good prosthesis. We have the Attune Johnson & Johnson implant, which we have been using. This has got a J-curve facility wherein the range is going to be much higher, and to have the best kind of metals, the companies have involved the scientists and people from the Boeing and Airbus to work on the metallurgy on these implants. It is upon us surgeons. What role we have to play? We have to place it properly. So far we have been using jigs, which give us more or less precise placement of the implant, but not taking into consideration the muscle tone or the ligaments that are there, depending upon how stiff the ligaments are. Here the robot takes everything into consideration. It produces a 3-dimensional picture of the knee that we are operating. That particular knee 3-dimensional picture is on the screen, and we are embossing the metal implant that we choose over the bone, and we can adjust it, a 2-degree flexion or an extension or internal external rotation. A 1-2 degree rotation is not possible. However good I am, however many surgeries I have done, 1 to 2 degrees is not humanly possible. That is possible only with a robot. So with that kind of precision, if we place the implant, it is going to last forever and ever. So the range of movements is going to be good, the patients are going to be happy, and it is going to last for a very long time. Recently one of my patients was asking, my father was operated the 7th today. You have done 6 other surgeries. This is the 7th knee you have done on my father. Do you think you are as precise as you are when you were doing the first? Yes, I was. My adrenaline keeps pumping once I'm into the theater, and I do surgeries and I'm 100% concentrating. But if there is even a 1% lag, that lag is going to be this robot. It's just like how my wife, just like how Gigi sir said, his wife is standing behind him. My wife will be standing behind me, kicking my butt if I don't do anything as precisely as I promised to. So this robot is going to stand behind me and give a kick in my butt and saying that 1-2 degrees here, there, the error is going to be corrected. So this is the latest, and the advantages are numerous. They are very precise. They are very accurate. Less invasive. So initially when we were doing the conventional knee replacement, we put in a metal rod into the thigh bone. The thigh bone can be curved. We don't have a leg straight. It can be curved. The distal end of femur is so variable. When I'm operating a bilateral knee, I can put a size 4 on one side and go with a size 5 on the other. So it is not that this one patient will have both their knees equal and same size. The deformities would vary, the sizes vary, so we have to be precise in each and every knee that we operate. So that precision is going to be given by this robot. So it is going to be less invasive, less amount of blood loss, less tissue damage. What does this all mean to the patient? Okay, rakkam poradhu kammiya irukku, vali kammiya irukku. How is the patient going to be benefited? The patient is going to have less blood loss, less pain. So the recovery is going to be much faster. So they're going to get up, start walking, and if we give them a couple of days of rest, if we do a conventional one, the duration of rest here is going to be just a few hours. So we may be able to, but I haven't yet started using it, so it is just getting launched. Maybe I'll be able to make my patients walk the same day and get them up and out of the hospital. Thereby, as Mayil sir said, technology is going to be getting a little expensive. We will reduce the duration of the stay in the hospital, and we will improve on the quality that we are giving, thereby compensating with the pricing as well. And it is customized to each individual knee. As I was telling, each knee will vary, so this is going to give me a 3-dimensional image of that particular knee and where I'm going to place the prosthesis depending upon all the other parameters that I'm going to feed into the computer. It has got a lovely camera with infrared rays, and it has got a robotic arm. As soon as I tell them that yes, this is the size of the femur, this is how I want it placed, this is the kind of rotation, the robotic arm comes in, I hold the robot. It is not like I sit in a console and I operate. No, here I hold the robot, I hold the robotic arm and let it cut. So if there is anything which I feel is not going according to plan, I still have the opportunity to correct it then and there. So the robot is going to assist the surgeon, and it is not going to take over everything from the surgeon. It is going to tell me what I am doing is right or wrong, and if any correction needs to be done to the degree, it is going to be that very, very precise and helpful. So thank you all once again for giving me the opportunity and for letting me speak on behalf of the Department of Orthopaedics of Prashanth Hospital. And thank you once again, sir, madam, and the Dream family for providing us. And thank you, Mayil sir, for gracing the occasion. Thanks a lot. Take it now, or if at all you have any questions. I have a short presentation as well. So if you can connect.
Is it first in India, sir?
புரியல லைவ் இது வரைக்கும் பிளான் பண்ணல, பட் அது வந்து எங்க லைட்ல ஒரு கேமரா மட்டும் தான் ஃபிக்ஸ் பண்ணணும். அது பண்ணி காமிக்கலாம். அது ஒன்றும் இட்ஸ் நோ பிக் டீல். அது கேமரா ஒன்று லைட்லயே ஃபிக்ஸ் பண்ணிட்டோம்னா that can be projected to anywhere, even in the patient's room it can be projected. That just requires a small amount of work. Good question, we haven't thought about it, but maybe in the next couple of months நீங்க இங்க கேட்டதுனால இன்னும் 2 மாசத்துல
Theatre is equipped for that.
That's what.
The cameras are there.
So, yeah. So, answer is here. We will be able to do it shortly. And good question. We will try and do it. It might be very reassuring for the patient as well. So, yes, we will try and do that.
Is it first in India, sir?
Again?
Is it first in India?
No, it's not the first in India, but it is the first in Chennai.
Where is the technology comes from?
Oh, this is all done in the US. It is FDA approved. We have over US was the first country that started with this, and they got over 200 installations in the US. It is FDA approved. It has got all the approvals, and since the demand is so high, and India being what it is with the huge population and so many cities and metros, the demand in India is also very high. That is why they could not cater to this high demand. So they have coming very, very slow. They are doing country after country, and India is the 4th country to get this robot. And we are one of the, I think, less than 10 installations pan India. We are one among the first 10 to have it in India, and this is the first for sure of its kind in Chennai.
Which main operation are you going to use the machines, sir?
Robotic knee replacement.
Only knee replacement.
Yes, as of now only knee replacement. There is still work going on the hip replacement aspect as well, but it will take some more time as well. But it is only for the orthopedic surgery and only knee replacement, and subsequently maybe we will be adding in a hip as well. Maybe it will take another year or so. The company people will be able to address that, but as of now, no, only knee replacement.
What is the major difference between human and machine touch, sir?
You are answering, the question is in your answer. We are human, we can err. So this is a robot. The chances of error is minuscule. As I was giving you during my talk, even a 1 degree, 2 degree flexion extension can be adjusted, rotations can be adjusted. The femoral component has so many variations. If you flex the implant, the range of movement varies. If you extend, you will have some other problem. When you rotate it this way, that way, I am talking about in 1-2 degrees. By and large, if we are doing replacements, we are doing so many replacements nowadays. By and large, we know, but there are other deformities around the knee joint which we cannot address with naked eye because we are seeing only the distal end of the femur, the place where we are operating. So other deformities, the ligament tension, the muscle tension, muscle tone, everything is taken into consideration. There is a tensor. During the operation, I push the muscles and ligaments to its maximum extent and see how the range of movement is. So I will be able to balance when the muscles are all lax and not very active, and when the ligaments are fully taut and active. So I will be able to give a full range of movements all through even when they are resting, when they are bending the knee without too much of stress. At that time also the ligaments have to be balanced. So this will help us balance the knee during all phases of your walking, your usual routine range of work, and sitting on the floor also is going to be a walk in the park once we start using this.
What is the duration of this procedure?
Oh, it depends from surgeon to surgeon. It varies. Initially, we're going to just start, although we are all trained, we're just going to start. So we may be adding another 10 to 15 minutes for our usual surgical time, because the initial mapping is going to take around about 10, maximum 15 minutes. But after 15 is, I think it's going to be time neutral. That is, with or without the robot, it's going to get time neutral within, I'm talking about a month's time. So within a month's time, even that 10 to 15 minutes is not going to happen. So it will be time neutral. There are a lot of papers that have come out who have used the robot, and it is time neutral. So not much of a change. Anything else? This is the robot. The one on the left is the base station, and this is the satellite station which has the robotic arm attached. So with the satellite station, the robotic arm comes to the OT table, and that will have the saw. So once I adjust with the computer and tell them that this is what I want, this is how the placement of the implant I want. That's the three-dimensional image on the right of the screen that I will see of the thigh bone, distal thigh bone, and the proximal tibia, after taking into consideration the center of the hip as well as the center of the ankle. That is, the limb alignment is taken in toto. After that, it gives me a three-dimensional picture of the femur and the tibia, and depending upon how is robotic knee is the third such red dot winner. So you can imagine the amount of technology and work that has gone into it, and that is why we are having one of the best kind of robots in the world today in ROR. Next slide. So again, these are the different components. The saw system, and it's easier. The marking that somebody was asking is much simpler. We don't have to do a CT or an MRI and feed it prior to surgery, because CT per se is going to lead the patient to have a little bit of radiation, so all that is avoided. And highly adaptive camera and robotic arm. The robotic arm also, I don't have to fix the knee. In certain robots, I have to fix the knee, and even if it moves a wee bit, everything has to be realigned. But here, even when I'm cutting, if there is a slight movement, if my assistant is just bending the knee, the saw will go up or down along with the knee and then do the cutting. So the robot arm is not going to get moved if the knee moves. So even if there is a small movement, we are not going to keep shaking the knee and cutting it off, obviously. But even if there is a small movement, with the high-speed camera and the way it is so adaptive, it helps us and guides us to do our cuts very, very properly. And we'll end up having a well-balanced knee. As I was telling you, that the one thing that is there in between, that's the sensor tensor. So that will show me how it is when it is fully, the fourth slide, that the fourth part of the slide. So that will show me when it is fully tensed what will happen, and when it is fully relaxed how the knee is going to behave, and I would be able to balance it in both these situations. Next slide, please. So it is designed by surgeons for surgeons. Even the Arjun implant that I was talking to you about, they have taken inputs from us surgeons, and we have all played a role into designing of this implant, and similarly so is this robot. So they take into consideration what the surgeons want, what their needs are, and accordingly it is devised, and it is made as surgeon friendly as possible. So it gives you a natural control, adaptive tracking, as well as a very compact design. It is small, where there are other robots which are much bigger, but this is a very compact and small, small robot. So even I'm doing both knees, I can do it on one side and then move this to the other side with a little bit more ease, rather than a huge machine being very, very difficult to push from one side to other. So it is very, very easy, compact, and user friendly. Next slide. Is that all? Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. There is a saying that goes, it is always
assist the surgeon to perform the surgery, because it's a very common misconception. எல்லாரும் வந்து நினச்சிட்டு இருக்காங்க ரோபோ தனியாக போய் சர்ஜரி பண்ணணும்னு. அந்த மாதிரி கிடையாது. இந்த ரோபோ வந்துட்டு சர்ஜனை ஹெல்ப் பண்ணும். இப்போ சர்ஜன் வந்துட்டு 95 to 98% எஃபிஷியன்சியில் பண்ணால் இந்த எக்ஸ்ட்ரா 1 or 2% இந்த ரோபோ பண்ணும். ஸோ டு கெட் த பெஸ்ட் ஆஃப் த பெஸ்ட் ரிசல்ட்ஸ், த ரோபோ வில் ஹெல்ப் our surgeon to get that. So firstly, I would like to thank Dr. Mailvanan Natarajan, our chief guest of the day, and I've always known satisfied. His daughter, Dr. Shweta, is a very dear friend of mine, and I would like to extend my thanks to the family, founder Srimati Jamuna Chandraya, chairman Dr. Geeta, and managing director Dr. Gopal Sami. And we would not be here today without our chief advisor, Mr. Nagarajan. And my thanks to Dr. Armugam, who is the clinical lead for the Robotic Joint Reconstruction program. He was the one instrumental in bringing this robo here today, and without his support and his confidence, we would not have got to this position. And the launch of this robo is a very exciting start to a new chapter in the field of knee replacement in the Department of Orthopaedics, as well as in Prashanth Hospitals, where we aim to do more in different departments. I further give my thanks to our CEO, Dr. Bhaskaran, our Medical Director, Kolattur Branch, Dr. Pari Muthukumar, all my senior colleagues, as well as my contemporaries from different departments, especially from the Department of Orthopaedics. I thank our team who helped put together the show, from the team of marketing, branding, and so on. I thank all my friends in the media for being here today. Thank you.
The surgery done accurately. So manually, without robotic, if the accuracy is going to be 95%, when you do with robotic, the accuracy is going to be 99.9%. So, and there is another doubt among the people, like whether the robo itself is going to do the surgery or the surgeon. So it is not like industrial robot. Industrial robots, they do it autonomously without the help of the supervisor. But here, the surgeon assists the robo in getting the surgery done. So the surgeon's presence is mandatory and it is important, but the surgeon takes the points from the robo and it helps in executing the surgery precisely. If you have any questions, we can answer it.
வந்துட்டு நம்ம சர்ஜரியை வந்துட்டு ஒரு 95 to 96% இருந்து ஒரு 99.9% வரைக்கும் பர்ஃபெக்டாக பண்ணுறதுக்கு ஹெல்ப் பண்ணோம். ஸோ இதோட மெயின் யூஸ் வந்து நீ ரீப்ளேஸ்மெண்ட் சர்ஜரி. ஸோ நான் வந்துட்டு நம்ம சர்ஜன், நம்ம லிவர் சர்ஜன், சார் வந்து ஆர்த்தோபெடிஷியன். ஸோ அவர் வந்து டெக்னிக்கல் டேர்ம்ஸ் பெட்டராக எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணுவார். ஸோ சிம்பிளாக என்ன வாட் வீ கேன் இதை பற்றி என்ன சொல்லலாம்னா, லைக் இது வந்துட்டு ஒரு பாயிண்ட்டும் மார்க் பண்ணி கொடுக்கும், எந்த இடத்துல கட் பண்ணணும், எந்த இடத்துல இம்ப்ளான்ட்டை வைக்கணும்னு அதை பார்த்து பர்ஃபெக்டாக அவங்க வச்சிருவாங்க. அண்ட் திஸ் இஸ் கம்ப்ளீட்லி வந்துட்டு இட் இஸ் அ 4th generation ரோபோ. இது வந்துட்டு இந்தியாவில் விதின் த 10 மெஷின்ஸ்குள்ளே இருக்கு. ஸோ சென்னையில் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் மெஷின். ஸோ இது வச்சுட்டு வி ஆர் ட்ரைங் டு இம்ப்ரூவ் அவுட்கம்ஸ் ஆஃப் knee replacement surgery. Thank you.
Knee replacement. ஸோ இது வந்து என்ன சர்ஜனை அசிஸ்ட் பண்ணும் நல்ல பர்ஃபெக்டாக நீ ரீப்ளேஸ்மெண்ட் பண்ணுறதுக்கு. இது வந்து உடனடியாக 3 டைமென்ஷனல் இமேஜ் எனக்கு ஸ்க்ரீனில் கொடுத்துரும். அதாவது முட்டி எப்படி இருக்குது, எங்கே தேய்மானம் ஜாஸ்தி இருக்குது, இந்த முட்டிக்கு எந்த பர்டிகுலர் பொசிஷனில் நான் அந்த இம்ப்ளான்ட்டை வச்சேன்னா அந்த ரேஞ்ச் ஆஃப் மூவ்மெண்ட், அவங்க கால் மடக்கிறது நீட்டுறது எப்போ ஜாஸ்தி வரும் அண்ட் எப்போ பர்ஃபெக்டாக இருக்கும், எப்போ பேஷண்ட் உடனே வலி இல்லாமல் நடப்பாங்க, அதெல்லாம் ஹெல்ப் பண்ணுறதுக்கு இந்த ரோபோட். அது மட்டும் இல்லாமல் கட்ஸ் எல்லாமே ப்ரிசைஸாக ஒரு மில்லிமீட்டர் கூட இந்த பக்கம் அந்த பக்கம், சரி நாங்கள் ஹியூமன் தான், அதனால 1 மில்லிமீட்டர் டிஃப்ரென்ஸ் எங்களுக்கு நேக்கட் ஐல தெரியாது. 1 டிகிரி ஃப்ளெக்ஷனோ 1 டிகிரி எக்ஸ்டென்ஷனோ ஜாஸ்தி இருந்தால் அது நேக்கட் ஐல தெரியாது. ஸோ இந்த ரோபோட் வந்து அந்த சின்ன சின்ன தப்புகள் நாங்கள் பண்ணுறதை கூட தவிர்க்கும். ஸோ நாங்கள் இப்போ வந்து ஒரு 95% ப்ரிசைஸாக பண்ணுறோன்னா this will get us to 99.99, as close to 100% of perfect knee replacement as possible. And the cuts எல்லாமே பர்ஃபெக்டாக அந்த robotic arm வந்து எடுக்கிறதுனால ஹியூமன் எரர்லாம் ரொம்ப ரொம்ப கம்மியாக இருக்கும். பேஷண்ட்ஸ்க்கு நடக்கிறது, ஹாஸ்பிட்டலை விட்டு வீட்டுக்கு போகிறது எல்லாமே சுலபமாக சீக்கிரமாக நடக்கும், வலியும் கம்மியாக இருக்கும். பேஷண்ட்ஸ்க்கு இது ரொம்ப அட்வான்டேஜஸாக இருக்கும். ஸோ இந்த லேட்டஸ்ட் டெக்னாலஜி கொடுத்து எங்கள் பேஷண்ட்ஸ்க்கு நாங்கள் ஆப்ரேட் பண்ணும்போது ரிசல்ட்ஸ் ரொம்ப ரொம்ப நல்லா இருக்கும். அண்ட் சென்னையில் இது ஃபஸ்ட் டைம் நாங்கள் இதை லான்ச் பண்ணியிருக்கோன்றது எங்களுக்கு, பிரசாந்த் ஹாஸ்பிட்டலுக்கு எல்லாருக்குமே பெருமையாக இருக்குது. அண்ட் வி ஆர் ஆல் வெரி ப்ரவுட் ஆஃப் திஸ் மூவ்மெண்ட் அண்ட் வி ஹோப் தட் இந்த நல்லது எல்லாருக்கும் போய் சேரணும். அண்ட் இதை எவ்வளோ காஸ்ட் எஃபெக்டிவாக எங்களால் பண்ண முடியுமோ அவ்வளோ காஸ்ட் எஃபெக்டிவாக பண்ணி இந்த ரோபோட்டை நிறைய மக்களுக்கு கொண்டு போய் சேர்க்கணும்.